I'm going to start off with some philosophy, and it will forever change the way you feel about singing and how you approach a song. The question that I'm going to start off is why do we like to hear singing? Or for that matter, why do we like to sing? For that matter, why do we like music? What is it about music that just grabs our attention and just sucks us in? More than anything else, it just locks us right in. George Strait just broke the United States record here in the United States for the largest audience of a concert at 110,905 people, 111K. Why? What is it about music that would make 111,000 people leave their homes, try to find parking, battle their way through the crowds, pack themselves into a stadium with 111,904 other people, stay there for the entire 2 hours, leave there, and then pack their way out, get themselves back to the house? This is like, 3 hours in, 3 hours out, just to spend 2 hours there listening to music. And you're paying for it. And it ain't cheap. So why is that? What is it about that grabs our attention? Okay, we love music. Yeah, but why do we love music? What is behind that? Because when's the last time you saw 111,000 people pay to go see a movie in a stadium? You don't. Or a book reading, or poetry reading, or even a dance recital. Sports is a different thing, the stadium that the sports go into. But we're sticking with the arts here. So why do we like music? So the answer is going to kind of surprise you, but all humans, to a greater or lesser degree, we crave order. We crave structure. We want a pattern to things, right? We love to have a pattern and structure to things. It is native to us. It is like breathing. You don't believe me? Think about your morning routine. Do you do the same thing every morning, or do you change it up every morning? Do you do things differently, randomly, and every single morning is completely different? Every single note has a specific sound frequency. Okay, let me give you an example. Sound is just a wave of air pushing up against the eardrum, okay? So these waves hit your eardrums 110 times per second. And then this one hits your eardrums at 165 times a second. Together, they sound nice. They sound nice together because there is a clear and nice, orderly mathematical structure that they fit together nice. So those waves are fitting together nice as the sound waves travel to each other, right? And we like that. Our ears like that, okay? Now, if you were to change the frequency slightly of just one of those notes, it doesn't sound very nice anymore. All I did was go up just a little bit. And the next thing you know, it doesn't sound nice anymore. Sound is sound. Usually it's random, and it's chaotic, and it's disorderly, and it's all over the place, right? You're going to have sounds coming in to you all the time, and you can't stop it. It's one of those things that you just can't escape, unless you're completely deaf, but even then, you can feel it on your skin. You can't escape sound, and it's usually all over the place, and it's disorderly. That's why we like music, because it is an orderly presentation of sound, and that's why we're so into musicians and listening to them sing and play the music and put it all together in an orderly pattern of a song. We're taking all of this chaos and just putting it into a nice little order and delivering it to you. That's why people like music. That's why they are drawn to music. We all crave the order. We don't want the chaos. We all want structure to greater or lesser degree. Complete structure is boring. You need a little tension. You need a little dissonance. Then you want the resolution for it to come back together, which we'll get to in a minute. It goes a little deeper. There's a recurring pattern throughout life that is in every single thing that lives. It's in every single one of us. It's in all art, particularly books, movies, TV shows, and music. It's a life pattern. Beginning, tension, crisis, and resolution. The movie industry and the writing industry, they call it the story arc. It's in every single movie you've ever watched, every single episode of the TV shows that you watch. There is this pattern. As a matter of fact, Netflix revealed this pattern when they introduced that little slider at the bottom of the screen. If you pause and you take it to about the 3/4 mark, that's where the crisis of the television show or movie or whatever you're watching is. Don't believe me? Try it. Pick a movie you've already seen. Fast forward to where the crisis is, and then look down there and you'll see that little marker is right around the 3/4 mark every single time. A song is a big sandwich of these patterns: the beginning, the tension, crisis, and the resolution. And it usually happens with a verse, which then builds, which is the crisis of sound, or the big tension, or the big delivery, and then it resolves. Few chords, go into another verse and a chorus. That's the middle of the sandwich. And then you have another verse and a chorus. In there, you might have a guitar solo or some sort of solo. And in some cases, you'll have a bridge, which creates even more tension because it is different than everything else. It is different than the verse and the chorus, the verse and the chorus, and the verse and the chorus. So it creates a tension, and it's always usually about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way to the end of the song. There's the bridge, then you go chorus out, and you have an over arc of all these patterns of beginning, tension, crisis, resolution. And in every single instance of that, within those patterns, there are phrases within those verses. There are chords and there are melodies that have that pattern of beginning where they sound nice together. They're in unison or they're in harmony. And then there's a separation of notes, which creates a tension and then a resolution. And that's just singing one line of one song or playing one chord progression. A part of that verse, which is part of that chorus, which is a pattern, which is part of the pattern of the song. Patterns within patterns within patterns within patterns. That life pattern that is so native in us, that is so familiar to us, like it's breathing. That's the reason. And it's in every single book. It's in every single movie. It's in every single television show. People say, oh, wait, left on a cliffhanger. Well, that tension and that release, that resolution, I didn't say the resolution's always good. It can sometimes be bad. The resolution can be good or bad. That's life. We're born, we learn, we grow, we go through tension. We have this crisis. We have several of these patterns of these crises through our life that's always resolved to one way or another. It's either good, you break up. It's good, you stay together. It's good, you get the job. It's bad, you get fired. That's the pattern till we die, which is the resolution. Beginning, tension, crisis, resolution. It's a life pattern. And it's in every book, television show, movie, story, song. The point is, for a singer, is that once you recognize that that pattern is in every single verse, every single chorus, every single song, in the phrases that you sing, once you realize that you're singing patterns within patterns on top of patterns to then get that life pattern message across. Once you realize that's what you can do, you will start delivering that to your audience. And they, of course, will instantly recognize it because it's native to them. And your communication and the concept that you're delivering will be emphasized because you're aware of it. That's why George Strait packed 111,000 people into one stadium. That's why Taylor Swift hacks stadiums full of people all the time. It's because they're a masterful delivery of the patterns upon patterns within patterns of that life pattern of beginning, tension, crisis, resolution. Once you get that down and understand that, then you will be a much better singer just because of that. Even if you're not singing in tune all the time, if you're performing that pattern, then you will be a better singer than the guy who has perfect pitch because you're delivering something that is native to people. They want to hear you sing it. They want to hear you say it. They want to hear you play it. That's what is occurring. Until next time, talk to you soon.